I'm from Nekota and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Ken Godler and I'm from Australia, but I'm part Fijian from Rugby, and I love listening to Today FM Rocks.
For the best music and less talk, we tune into Today FM in National Light Village. Today FM rocks.
My name is Inai Ali and I'm from Ba, and I love the big breakfast on Today FM. I just love it and hope you love it too.
My name is Jay from Labasa. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Naushin and I'm from Sambeto, and I love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Tonight, murderer gets life in prison. FEA gets $10.2 million grant from the EU. And PM welcomes new batch of Peace Corps volunteers. Murder convict Osai Kilaivarata has been sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum term of 18 years. Kilaivarata was convicted for murdering his partner Losana McGowan on 4th April last year. While sentencing him this morning, Suva High Court Judge Justice Priantha Fernando said Kilaivarata physically assaulted McGowan, and when he saw blood coming out of her mouth, he tried to revive her. As for aggravating factors, Justice Fernando said that it was a case of domestic violence and the victim died of injuries received from physical assault. The accused has 30 days to appeal the sentence. The Fiji Electricity Authority today signed to receive a grant of $10.2 million from the European Union through European Investment Bank. Minister for Economy Aya Said Kayum says this assistance will help Fiji to be more resilient to climate change. Sainiani Boila has more.
European Investment Bank Vice President Ambroise Foyol says the technical assistance will focus on Witilewu, which was hit hard by Cyclone Winston early this year.
One of the big objectives is to fight against the effects of climate change. And you know here much better than we do the impact of climate change on the islands in the Pacific. We are committed at EIB to work with Fiji.
The Minister for Economy, Ayaz Sayed Kayum, says lessons have been learned from Cyclone Winston, and this grant will assist in achieving their plans for the future.
A part of that includes, as we mentioned, the potential of undergrounding some of the cables. Because as the CEO highlighted of FEA, we had, in fact, in some areas of Fiji that had electricity, it took nearly 3 months before power was restored, or electricity was restored to some of those areas.
The Fiji Electricity Authority is also working with the European Union and the European Investment Bank to develop renewable energy, boost energy savings and reduce dependence on oil imports. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
The work of volunteers in Fiji is unique and invaluable, says Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama. The Prime Minister made the comments as chief guest at the swearing-in of 34 Peace Corps volunteers today. Savarathampo reports.
For many of these young enthusiasts, today was the culmination of weeks of pre-service training. They are now looking forward to the challenges that lay ahead.
I'm very excited to meet everyone and to get to know the village and to learn the culture of the village.
I advocated for job satisfaction. I got the Ministry of Youth, so hopefully I can help create change within Fiji.
Chief Guest and Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama says he is proud of the partnership between the government and the Peace Corps, adding he was optimistic that volunteers would support government's initiatives.
Some of you will be serving in areas that are isolated, areas that may not have the same level of services and infrastructure that you see here in Suva. But every day we are working to reach those pockets of our country, to bring them into the fold of our development and make sure that they participate fully in our advancement as a nation.
More than 2,000 Peace Corps volunteers have served in Fiji since the program was established in 1968. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
An investigation has been launched into claims that police officers removed forensic materials from a cordoned-off fire scene on Monday. Eleanor View reports the home in Lacho near Labasa was destroyed in a fire on Sunday afternoon.
Atish Kumar came home to this on Sunday afternoon. His 3-bedroom wooden and concrete home ablaze.
I saw smoke coming from the middle room and called the neighbors for help. The tenant tried to stop the fire and no one called the fire brigade.
2 fire trucks attended to the fire. However, eyewitnesses say there was no water in the trucks.
They filled the water from the hydrant and they managed to put out the fire after half an hour.
Several eyewitnesses told FBC News that on Sunday afternoon, a police vehicle pulled up at the cordoned fire scene and some officers started removing items from there. FBC News understands the items belonged to the tenant, who is a police officer.
Police told us not to enter the house and take anything out, but police told the tenant to take out her belongings and they took it to a police vehicle.
One eyewitness, Amit Kumar, recorded the whole incident on his mobile phone. He claims he was then forced to delete the video.
The policewoman told me not to take the video. She then forced me to delete it or I will be arrested.
Divisional Police Commander Northern Shri Bawan Singh told FBC News he is aware of the incidents and has directed an investigation to be conducted. Eleanor Turangaiwiu, FBC News.
Questions sent to the National Fire Authority remain unanswered while the cause of fire is yet to be established. A 14-year-old boy is in hospital after he was allegedly hit by a car during a brawl at Sukanaivalu Road in Nambour outside Suva on Tuesday night. Police spokesperson Ananai Soro confirmed the incident, saying 4 people are in police custody. Savara Tambor reports.
It was here that the alleged brawl happened around 7 p.m. Tuesday. Witnesses told FBC News the fight broke out when a group of men were blamed for stealing 2 German Shepherds. Neighbors retaliated when the men stoned the dog owner's house, resulting in a free-for-all.
Young boys in Nambour, they went up, they want to take revenge from what happened last Sunday. But on their way up, they didn't know that the people from mid-road, they already assemble and hide somewhere there with a knife, an axe, and they use a car.
It's alleged that amidst all the commotion, a teenager was run over. He was taken to hospital and remains admitted. A report was lodged with police who are still trying to establish what really happened.
All this allegedly started from an allegation of theft that was made against the victim and some other individuals, but it's really early for us to speculate on anything. It's all still subject of the investigations that are currently ongoing.
A community policing team has been tasked to monitor the area to ensure that no further fights break out. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
Coming up on FBC News, emergency operation centres refurbished in the West. And Movember campaign kicks off. Stay with us.
Iyo mbula bina tangu peli untuk taliten na parang mbula FM na wo. Namban tuan tinangan mbula FM na usur. Mbula FM namban tuan ser.
Mbula sia puni ba Labasa na ko bila merikibi mbula FM namban tuan ser talita itu ngai Labasa.
Mbula FM namban 2 and ser.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. The refurbishment and upgrade of the emergency operations centres in Nandi and Lautoka will boost efforts to improve safety for the public. The centres were opened by the Permanent Secretary for Rural and Maritime Development and National Disaster Management, Milethi Bainimarama. Ellen Stolz has the story.
This work has been made possible through the European Union-funded ACP-EU Building Safety and Resilience in the Pacific project, implemented by SPC.
Fiji is committed to building its resilience against these natural hazards, and government is taking stronger steps to ensure a safer community for all.
The Nandi Emergency Operations Centre includes the operations room, planning room, communications room, and the district office and briefing room.
This commission is timely, given that we are now entering the cyclone season, and this facility will ensure that Commissioner Weston has an improved capability to coordinate response, readiness, operations and recovery.
The refurbishment of the two centres cost $92,236.
The operation centre, the way it is built for the future. This is not it. This is the beginning. We will again install gadgets.
The funding also enables the relocation of the Commissioner's office nearer to the operations room for easy access, especially during emergency and disaster operations. Ellen Stalls, FBC News.
And Ellen is on standby in Nandi. Ellen, tell us more about the refurbished centres.
Yes, Jackie. During the opening of the EOC, or the Emergency Operations Centre here in Nandi, Chief Guest Meleti Mbainimarama stressed of how important that Fiji needs to be prepared in times of tropical cyclones and hurricanes that we are prone to. He said that resilience is not only about recovery and thriving, to be able to have the knowledge, to be able to learn from our mistakes and move forward to strive for a better Fiji, for better Fijians and a safer place for Fijians to live in. He also added that the establishment of the two centres is the government's hope that they will be able to have a more coordinated approach in terms of saving more Fijians in the future. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Ellen. Another state witness in the case of opposition MP Moses Mbulitavo in Jagat Karunaratne told the Suva Magistrates Court this morning that he was unable to recall most of what happened from August 2011 as he had lost his memory due to an accident a fortnight ago. Eroni Takape was initially charged for writing seditious comments in public places but was granted immunity from prosecution last year. Today he told the court he only remembers being offered a job by Workers Films operations manager Eparama Roko Takala to do more writings on walls for $100 a week. He also remembers being given a piece of paper with instructions. The Kape then apologized to the court, saying he had a headache and could not recall anything else. He will be cross-examined by defense lawyers tomorrow. 24 people have been charged with 40 separate incidents of sexual offences last month. Latest statistics released by the Director of Public Prosecutions reveal that 30 of the offences were rape, 4 attempted rape, 5 cases of incest and 5 were sexual assault cases. Kelly Vavala reports.
The Fiji Women's Crisis Centre has been at the forefront of fighting violence against women and children. However, its coordinator Shamima Ali says they continue to be surprised.
Many girls, women and children, many children who are under the age of 15, under the age of 10, who are being sexually assaulted.
Many also believe that the increased reports is a result of victims becoming bolder and coming forward to report.
I think that children are not supervised at home, or they're living with relatives, and that they're not cared for.
Rape sometimes happens because of inner desires, the way we dress ourselves as women, and the mentality of people nowadays are just horrible due to the things they see on the internet.
That lust of the flesh. Yeah? That's why men or boys or the opposite sex, they rape women.
Many also believe that the increased reports is a result of victims becoming bolder and coming forward to report.
According to DPP statistics, the youngest victim to be raped last month was 6 years old, with her 65-year-old grandfather as the accused. Shamima Ali is calling on the public once again to report cases of sexual offences and not to keep them behind closed doors. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
10 to 15 men are treated for prostate cancer in the country every year. Surgical Registrar CWM Hospital Dr. Ronald Kumar revealed the figures today at the launch of Vodafone Fiji's Movember campaign. Anna Ravulo reports.
The Movember campaign champions awareness on prostate cancer with men from various NGOs and other stakeholders either growing or shaving their beard as a mark of support for the initiative. It carries on from Pinktober, where awareness focused on breast cancer.
And who gets prostate cancers? It's men who are 50 and above. It's the wives who get the husbands to clinic. It's the daughters who get the husbands to clinic. The men always shy away.
Vodafone Fiji plans to raise $10,000 by the end of this month.
We have a number of staff who have taken pledges to grow their mustache or grow their hair and raise funds. We would also be holding a number of fundraising activities like staff car wash, an auction night, a movie night, barrel night, and few other fundraising activities throughout the month of November.
The health department says that there are no symptoms for prostate cancer and victims only become aware towards the later stages where in many cases it's too late. Men are therefore encouraged to get tested early. Ana Ravulo, FBC News.
We turn to sports now. Here's Jamie with all the very latest.
Nakajaki and good evening in sports after the break. Papua New Guinea ready to face Fijiana 15s. And Fiji residents to take on English community side next week. This and more coming up.
Yandra! I love listening to Gold FM at Golden Point Resort. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hola, my name is General from Rugby Village. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic.
I'm Moses from Valeu. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Marida Manako. I'm from Kandavu. I like listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Silipa from Tavor Town. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
The Vodafone Flying Fijians have rounded up their 3-day camp in France as they prepare for their first match of its European tour next week. Flying Fijians coach John McKee says the camp was for game plan clarity and to work on some specific skills. The team will disembark for Belfast, Ireland this Saturday, then face the Barbarians in their first match on Saturday week. The Papua New Guinea 15 side will concentrate on winning and ignore the home side fans when they clash with the Fijianas at NZ Stadium on Saturday. The team arrived in the country yesterday with the same goal as the Fijianas to make it to the Women's World Cup qualifier in Hong Kong next month. Meli Tavanga caught up with the team this morning.
Team manager Lydia Korikais says Fiji may have the advantage of playing at home, but they are not allowing any distractions.
We will keep momentum. Yeah, I know when it comes to rugby, Fiji, the fans behind Fiji rugby is just, might win our girls, but we're not giving that away.
The side has roped in 6 overseas-based players.
That's why we are here. We got good couple of girls on board, and with that, I'm pretty sure we got a good package to get this.
This team aims to qualify for the World Cup, and with the Fijianas in their way, there's just one thing to do, and that's to win.
It's a chance for us to prove ourselves against Fijian girls. We heard that they've got a lot of skills just natural-born talent here in Fiji. So we're just happy to test ourselves. This is the first run together, so we're just looking forward to the challenge, and hopefully we get a good crowd down just to emulate the women's game anyway.
The Fijiana 15 side will host PNG at 3 p.m. Saturday at the ANZ Stadium. Meli Tavanga, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, the Fijiana side will also go down in the history books on Saturday. This will be the first test match at home for the Fijianas, and the Fiji Rugby Union is hopeful this will open doors to many more matches in the near future. Rohit Deo reports.
The clash this Saturday is important in so many ways to Fiji and rugby. Not only will the girls vie for a World Cup spot, a win on home soil will take women's rugby in the country to a whole new level.
It's first of a kind, but it's an important step for us. It's a World Cup qualifications. We win this test match when we play in the Oceania and the Asia repechage. From Asia, there's 2 qualifications.
A lot of development work has been put in by the FRU, who have vowed to continue pushing for women's rugby.
There's a lot of groundwork that was held to make sure that this tournament takes place. In the last World Cup, Samoa represented the Oceania region, but this year we made strong submissions in terms of development and in terms of women's competition.
FRU Chief Executive John O'Connor has called on fans to come out in numbers to witness this historic event. The match kicks off at 3 p.m. on Saturday at the ANZ Stadium in Suva. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
The Vodafone Fiji Residents Rugby League side will take on the English Community Lions next Saturday. The Fijians were initially supposed to play the British Amateur Lions, but the England Rugby League board made a last-minute change. The match kicks off at 3 p.m. next Saturday at Nausori's Ratu Dakambau Park.
The residents has now proved that they're not only playing as a development team, but they're actually competing, able to compete at international level.
The Mba football side inched closer to the Vodafone Premier League title after a 2-1 win over Lautoka last night. Playing in front of its home crowd at Govind Park, goals to Mathiu Ndunandamu and Melidonro saw the side walk away with maximum points. The win pushes Mba to 28 points on the league ladder. In another match played last night, Nandonga registered its first win of the season in the league, beating Nandi 1-0 through a Jasal Kumar penalty. Upcoming car racing talent Ravi Naya is expected to make a comeback in the Pacific Energy Quarter Mile and Drag Wars this weekend. After winning the event last month, Naya failed to race in the following event due to mechanical issues. Naya will be looking to upset traditional champ Ravin Nath once again this Sunday.
This will be the fourth series in the Pacific Energy Shell against Coromel Drag Race. It's going to be a very interesting weekend coming up, as Mr. Ravin Nath has won 2 and Ravi Nair has won 1. The pressure will be on Ravi Nair to come out and try to beat Ravi Nath to level the series.
That's it from sports this evening. It's back to Jackie now with business.
Donor King is hoping to achieve more profit from its newly invested outlet at Tapu City. Tapu Executive Director Mahindra Tapu welcomed the new partnership, saying Donor King is fast becoming popular in Fiji. This is the third outlet so far, with another plan for Nakasi soon. Donor King General Manager Helen White says collaborating with Tapu is a bonus for them.
This is just such a prestigious company, and their outlets are so upmarket, so fantastic. It's really great for us. It's the sort of thing that Donut King looks for. It's a great investment.
It was a sunny, warm and sticky day today due to high humidity. Labasa was the warmest at 33 degrees, while Savu was the coolest at 29. For tomorrow, conditions are expected to be fine with the chance of showers in the east. And looking further on to Saturday, sunny spells with cloudy periods are forecast around Fiji. At sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. Recapping the main stories for tonight, Usai Kilaiverata gets life in prison for murdering former journalist Losana McGowan. FEA gets $10.2 million grant from the EU, and PM welcomes new batch of Peace Corps volunteers. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. On to our poll question this week, we are asking: is Gareth Baber the right choice for Sevens coach? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply #FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spade. Good night.